So Kobie, when we hear Coach McVay talk, a lot of times, after results like this, he mentions seeing how the team responds and watching that throughout the week.
Mhm.
Obviously, you guys are still in the midst of that preparation for
Mhm.
Sunday's game against the Saints, but to this point on Wednesday, how you feeling about the way that's looked and just how the guys are working to this point?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. We were able to address some things, the way that we're playing defense and the way that we're hurting ourselves right now. Throughout this practice, at least things have started to come to life in the way that we wanted them to. Energy was up. We got a Thanksgiving holiday tomorrow, but guys are still coming in ready to work. There's a bunch of guys staying after, getting some extra stuff in. Like that's what I kind of noticed. And so I think we're all ready to kind of get that bad taste out of our mouth. And we haven't played any football that's capable or any football that's really the way that we play. We haven't played a consistent game, first quarter to fourth quarter, offense, defense, special teams. And so I think we're all just longing to kind of put one of those types of games together, one of those games that's our game, us playing our ball and not beating ourselves. So, so far it's been so good. Looking forward to tomorrow. And continuing to stack blocks to be able to put us in a great position to go out and get a win on Sunday.
I know you guys obviously regularly communicate throughout the week in practice and meetings, things like that, win or lose. But in particular, when you guys are coming off of a loss, what do you notice about, just that troubleshooting, problem-solving process as you guys work amongst yourselves to, get back on track?
Yeah, so we try to do a good job, win or lose, to be able to learn. If you're not learning, at least the other team is learning, and so it's about who's going to gain that extra edge, that 1%. And so, but definitely coming off of one of those losses where there's a lot of glaring things, we were able to see and make some good corrections. We have a lot of communication going on, whether that be just over communicating in practice, making sure that we're on the same page, or just a general communication of making sure that we're all just doing our job. And that's all we got to do is be 111th, on the defense. Roberts. Let's be our 111th on the defense.
Don't let him lie to y'all.
Y'all got to keep that one. But yeah, focusing on doing our 111th on the defense and just doing our job. And we know that we have the people that are capable if we just do our job, if we don't beat ourselves. So that's kind of been the communication. That's been the urgency. We've addressed some things to get us going in the right direction, and especially coming off of a loss like that, and then to come back and play another really great running back. There's going to be a lot of corrections that need to be made and a lot of things that we're addressing. But again, it comes down to just do our job, do our 111th, and we'll be more than capable of pulling out a W.
You're alluding to the Saints offense there with running back Alvin Kamara, and obviously Taysom Hill has been putting up some pretty good numbers for them as well. Just when you look at those two especially, and also just the offense overall, what stands out in regard to New Orleans?
Yeah, they're special. I know they got a couple of injuries going down at wide receiver. I know Scantling put up a big game last time they're out as well. But really everything starts with 41. He's able to find all of the small creases. Watching it as a defensive lineman, a lot of times you're trying to escape really fast. Or I think going up against Saquon last week too, it prepares you for a guy like Kamara, a guy who's able to make all of the cuts, able to really crease you. And so it comes down to, again, us muddying up the picture as a defensive front, not letting there be any open schemes, no vertical lanes, no cutback creases. And that's just kind of the game plan. So going forward with that and making sure, too, to always notice where 7 is, whether he's in the backfield, whether he's potentially at wildcat quarterback, whether he's out at wide receiver, and they're trying to get a screen to him. It comes down to always being aware of where those two are at, and those two are really the sparks of the offense. And then, obviously, Derek Carr's a great quarterback as well. If you give him time in the pocket, he will light you up. There's a lot of, even just looking back over the past couple of games, a lot of dots. And they were a number one offense, in the league the first couple of weeks for a great reason. So they definitely have all of the pieces that they need to put it together, and it comes down to us, again, just playing our ball. If we play gap sound defense, eliminate the cutbacks, eliminate the vertical seams, and really go and attack, we'll be more than fine. I believe that on any given week, if we just don't beat ourselves, we're going to put ourselves in a great position to win. And so that's what it comes down to. Again, stopping and eliminating 41, all of his cutback creases, always being aware of where number 7 is, Taysom Hill, and being able to also get after the quarterback and affect him.
And then last one for you, what do you like about I've asked you specifically about the defense, but as a captain, what do you like about the defense's mindset as a whole in terms of the team's mindset as a whole, as far as just, how guys are, approaching this week and kind of where everybody's heads are at?
Yeah, we're young and hungry, speaking specifically from the defensive side of the ball. Matthew and Coop and all of those guys and Rob, they're going to get the offense going. And it's exciting to kind of watch them work when they establish and when they do things the right way and when they're not shooting themselves in the foot as well. And so the big message I think this week overall is just be accountable, do our job, and when we stay on track, when we're doing all of the things that are in alignment with the team that we want to be, we're really, really hard to stop. So I love being a part of this team, especially being a part of this defense. This young defense has a lot of energy, a lot of great vibes, and it comes down to, again, how do we channel that energy in the right ways? How do we win to the right leverages? Even if we lose, how do we lose to the right leverages so that somebody else is still in position to be able to make a play? So that's what it comes down to, and we have a really great group that's capable of doing that, and so I'm looking forward to us continuing to turn that page, maturity-wise, and continuing to take accountability and ownership of our job, and just be one of the 11, do our job, and we should come away with the win.